Salute, salute, salute. Come up in the building, come up in the building. It's gonna be a short one. I just had to throw it out there, man. You know, I just had to throw it out there, man. I don't know, man. You can't fool me, man. You can't fool me, man. Renegade Society Production, salute. You can't fool me, man. Hey yo, Renegade, what you think? What you think about that Queen Flip move, man? What you think about that move, man? Queen Flip back at it, man. Back at it. He's back at it. I think that joint was a plate like a mug, man. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world, Craig, that was real. I see a lot of people jagging it as in if it was real. Oh, he had security. His security ain't pop off. Whatever, whatever. Yeah, I get all that. If it was real. Do you know how much mayhem that drink would have cost? Yeah, you know how much mayhem that drink would have cost, man? Come on, man. And I figured it out when I looked at the punch. And then after the punch, Queen Flip had him on the floor. And it was some real WWE stuff, man. I mean, I tip my hat to him. You know what I'm saying? I tip my hat to him. I tip my hat to him. It was a lot of, ifs. You know what I'm saying? His son wasn't there. Some other dude was holding the camera. He ain't drop the camera and get busy. He just, you know what I'm saying? Then he was waiting on another dude to come so he could film it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude CJ supposed to drop that camera and got busy. So it was a lot. There was a lot that I seen that was like, come on, Queen Flip. Like, really? Like, really? Like, that, that right there was like, it was an alright job. I mean, if because every time I look at something now, to me, that joint is like, is a play. Yo, we just had 27 in the building. 20 just bounced all at once. Yo, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, but anyway, we're going to talk about it, man. Y'all rocking out with your boy 050BUCKS, a.k.a. Mr. Shoot Right Back, a.k.a. Mr. 10453, a.k.a. See, a.k.a. Bucks and Nero all hundreds, a.k.a. Big Bucks. You know, the AKAs go on and on and on and on. You understand me? But, make sure when y'all come in the building, hit the like button. Who this? YK, what up? Salute. Salute to YK. Let me check my chat out real quick. Charles, salute my guys that you already know. Appreciate the pull up. Yes, sir. Appreciate the pull up. Yeah, y'all ready, man. Y'all into the building, man. Please hit that like button. Share the live out. Subscribe. Make sure you go to the notification and you hit all so you get all my notifications when I go live. You understand? Then go check my community wall out. Go check out my merch. That merch is on fire. That merch is doing what it's supposed to be doing. You got to speak it to existence. You dig? Cuba de Bronx, salute my guy in the building. BX and B next. Yeah, so I just watched the joint. Would you say, Renegade? Play the new vid. I know Renegade, I'm still trying to figure out. Man, how to how to put it on my joint, man. You know, they really trying to get me to get that duck up off the screen. But when I'm on vertical, I want to know how I can play it vertical, man, without doing it through the phone. That's a fact. I was trying to work on that for the past couple of days. I get like a whole new screen. Like it's really forcing me to take the duck off because it's not allowing me to play. You know what? I didn't try it. I didn't try the computer. Yeah, I didn't try the computer yet. But I know my phone or my iPad, it don't allow me to put the music in the back like all them other joints I had. I can't even use those. Word, I can't even use those. So I don't know, is that, StreamYard, telling me to go ahead and get that duck off the screen? You know what I'm saying? But that feature there, I don't think is free. It's no longer free. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to go on the computer. SRB Bobby in the building with Papino, my guys, aka OG Bobby Johnson. Yeah, that's what I didn't try that yet. Renegade. I gotta try that. Yeah, that's a fact. I gotta try that. I haven't tried that yet. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. I know from, and you know it's wild. It does that on my phone, right? But when I go on my phone and I go to StreamYard, my backdrop is there. Like if I go live from my phone and go on StreamYard, my backdrop is there. I can't play my intros, but I could throw it on the screen. But when I go vertical on here or StreamYard, I can't do none of that. Like I don't know what's that about. That's a fact. I don't know what's that about. I got to be geeking. That's a fact. I got to be geeking. But yeah, man. This is watching the Queen's Flip joint, man. I seen everybody talking about it. I'm like, how I ain't see it. I was kind of like thought it was gonna happen early on, and it happened like towards the end, man. That whole thing is a play, man. Shout out to Queen's Flip though, man. You understand me? You got to do what you got to do. You dig? So, kudos to him. I'm just reacting off the reaction. I'm like, people, kind of like took it to be where it was real. Now, I could be wrong. But from what I seen, it didn't look like it was real. Police was there. No citations was given out. Like, and then when you look at the whole video, right? Let me explain something to y'all. If you pay attention to the whole video, you see him pulling out his card. He pulled that card out to pay probably them people that was involved. You know what I mean? He paid them a little money on for the ones that was involved, because that's what he was doing when he was on that phone talking about he was doing something with the airplane. Nah, he was paying them people off, because it's very ironic. Ain't nobody walked away with a summon, nothing. Cuffs put on them or nothing. And they did it right in front of police. That's a fact. City Bama, salute. Appreciate the pull up. Who that? Mildred, salute. That's a fact. You already know BX will be next. We everywhere. They never there. Yeah, that's a fact, Cuba. That joint was all the way stage. All the way stage. Yeah, hey, yo, Renegade, you in the wrong spot, baby. You in the wrong spot, baby. You already know, man. BX or B next, man. You already know that. But yeah, then when I look, I'm like, yo, hold on, man. That would have caused a whole melee. You know what I'm saying? It was only two of them, Queen Flip and the dude Woody. Pause. And nothing popped. Ain't nothing popped. Even from the beginning to the end. Only thing that might have been real, I don't even think that was real, was I'm going to have to watch it again in slow-mo to see who sprayed the pepper spray. Or did anybody spray? Yeah, that's a fact, Renegade. That thing looked shaky. Golden Arrow salute. Appreciate the pull-up. As soon as I seen it, man, I said, wow. This what everybody talking about? I'm thinking dude hit him. I thought he landed. Put Flip on his back pocket. Then Flip got up and bully balled him. Pause. Word, pause. But that thing was, it was funny though. I must say that. It was funny. Boy, it was definitely funny. But I said only Flip could get that off. Only Queen Flip could get that off, man. I don't think nobody would have got that off like him. He had police involved and everything, man. And I don't think it's hard. But pause. Let's pause that. But yeah, nobody, come on, man. Ain't nobody, went to jail, no nothing. Come on, man. That was the parade. They was itching for something to go down. We rebuilding, we salute, my guy. Appreciate the pull up, man. Yeah, we talking about this Queen's Flip thing, man. Who feel like it was real, who feel like it was fake. I feel like it was fake. I see a lot of people jacking that, they feel like it was real. But that thing was all the way fake. You could tell the way he was throwing the punches when he had old boy on the floor. Word. So I knew that. I knew that's what that was all about. So that wasn't really nothing to be, I see people like, yeah, what they said, the security, and I ain't gonna lie, people. I thought it was gonna go down when the security spent off on him and went to the bathroom or wherever he went. I thought it was gonna go down then. You know what I mean? But notice he was waiting for another cameraman all that time. And then he was on his phone. When I seen him pull out that card, I'm like, okay, something must about to go down because he pulling out that card to pay the people that was involved. I think them little 4 officers, that was involved. You dig? So I said, all right, I see the play. I see the play. I see the play. That's a charge, people. Like, that's a whole charge. Just having that one security, we rebuilding we in that type of an environment was like, Then, old boy who was holding the camera, he didn't even get busy. Word, old boy that was holding the camera, he just held the camera. That's what he did. Caught all the footage. And the dude who just showed up with his camera caught all the footage. So they was lining it up all day. They was lining it up all day. Then again, when I seen him playing with his phone, and I'm like, yo, why is he, then he pulled out the little kid art. So I said, all right, he must be paying the people off. Yeah, in fact, then he was like, nah. He was like, yeah, he's telling the security, chill, don't worry about it. He's soft, don't worry about it. I said, oh yeah. They overkilled it when he did that. When he did that, they overkilled it. Then it looked like he kind of like knew the dude. Right, he didn't have his son recording today. Yeah, I looked at all that, man. That's what I'm saying. Then it looked like he knew the dude, because when he first did it, Flip was like, yo, why you touching me? So, I looked at that as well. You know what I mean? And the old boy was, he was kind of like talking his smack, and he's trying to call somebody else over there to put their hands and feet on Flip. And then, you know how that went from there. The play was on. Play was on. Cause he could have did that before anybody got in front of him. It kind of looked like he kind of like waited. You dig? For people to get in front. Then he threw his little haymaker. He wouldn't even know if it landed. That's a fact. Samoan Beast, salute. Appreciate the pull up. Yeah, don't touch me, right? Don't touch me. So I kind of figured he kind of knew the dude, because dude was like, yeah, you ain't know, whatever, however. So he might have known it. I think he did know him. He knew dude. He knew dude. Now getting pepper sprayed, if that's what happened, that might not have been fake. I don't know. They might have got it, because I ain't seen nobody spray, to be real. I ain't seen nobody spray. Like, they didn't have to force Queen Flip off, boy. He got up accordingly. And I didn't see the police spray nothing. So if they did spray, that was part of the plan. If they did spray, that was part of the plan. That's a fact. So I don't know. I mean, that thing was bonkers, though. I do know that. I do know that. It ain't take me but a second, though, to figure it out. Like, once I broke it down and all that, just a second. Yeah, that's a fact. That's what they be doing. But they be setting their own play up, though. They be setting the play on themselves. They definitely be setting the play on themselves. Why? I have no idea. But they swear they winning, though. That's a fact. You can't tell them they're not winning. They definitely feel like they win it. But at the end of the day, man, a good play is always a good play. Just make it look like something. That's all. Make it look like something. He put that together, all right. He definitely put that together, all right. Looked like he had the police on the payroll. Yo, Flip, wow, like he had the police. Then I don't know who the female he had. I don't know if that was a play or not. I don't know. You know what I mean? Flip gets so good at that, man. You don't know how you don't know what it is, man. You know what I mean? You don't know who was involved, but I do know Woody rocked with him. So the dude Woody was there. He wasn't. He wasn't no help. You know what I'm saying? He definitely wasn't no help. He definitely wasn't no help. That's a fact. Samoan Beast, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate your subscription. Yeah, it's bugged out, man. It's definitely bugged out. I mean, it's I like it because I know it's entertainment. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to take your talents to another level. And I said, all right, let me get in. So I watched it the second time. Not from the beginning, though. Kind of like from the half where he just starts sitting down. I'm like, all right, things is looking, because I'm like, why you need another cameraman? So that's what I was really waiting for. Like, what is the use for another cameraman? And then, I know the nigga Woody, Woody be bugging out. So I said, okay, let's see where this go. And I seen somebody did a show on it. Then before I went back to kind of like look at it. I seen another person. Then I seen Ledge do it, and I'm like, oh, hold on. But yeah, man, that joint wasn't real, man. That joint was a pump fake. You know what I mean? That was a pump fake. And I don't know how they didn't catch it. You could tell when old boy was on the floor. And when Queen Flip swung on him, that right there told it was a play. Besides the police being right there, and nothing happened to nobody. Word up. Besides the police being right there, nothing happened to nobody. Ain't no citations. Ain't nobody go to jail or nothing. And we talking about like in a parade. Word, we talking about in a parade. So that just makes me, that right there was yeah, alright, whatever. Yeah, that was one of those anyway for me. Yeah, alright, whatever. Maybe somewhere else, but like right there in the parade, nah. Nah, I can't jack that. You definitely can't jack it. I think that gave it away. Yeah, that gave it away right there. You know what I mean? Even if it didn't seem to be a play up until that moment, But anything after that, you like, yeah, all right, that's not what that is. It would have caused melee, man. And I'm speaking just just with the police, it would have been a melee. Just with police, that thing would have went. It would have went bonkers. Just the police, it would have went bonkers. It would have went bonkers. Just the police, man. That's the whole fact. That thing would have went. It would have went all the way left. It would have went all the way left. Word up. So that's why I was like, all right, yeah, all right. Trying to figure out why everybody else bought on that. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Anybody could have seen that. Ray Charles could have seen that and knew it was a play. That's real talk. I mean, he ain't, I just know when he got old boy on the floor, man, that thing was supposed to be finito. Old boy would have wished he would have never swung. Word up. He wished he would have never swung. That's a fact. That's why I was like, nah, I ain't even gonna jack that. I ain't even gonna jag it. Word up. Check out the new. Got some new in the building. Shout out to my man Renegade Society Production.
Hey, they thought this was sweet. Bucks the mirror. Mr. Shoe right back. Hey, it's never them. They stand on business, stand on law, stand on bodies, what they saw. Dark side, salute. They praying on my downfall. $1 billion bucks. This is never them, never them. Hey, Bucks the Nero. AKA Mr. Shoe right back. Hey, Bucks the Nero. They praying on my downfall. $1 million bucks. This is never them. It's never them. Hey, never them. Hey, Bucks the Nero. This that fire, this that flame. It's never them. They ain't us, they ain't the same. Nah, Mr. Shoe right back. Watching the cut, watch the games. Change. This the dark side.
Fire, 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 fire. Let's hear that one more again. Yo, shout out to my man Renegade Society Production. Keep bringing that heat.
Hey, they thought this was sweet. Bucks the mirror. Mr. Shoe right back. Hey, it's never them. They stand on business, stand on law, stand on bodies, what they saw. Dark side, salute. They praying on my downfall. $1 billion bucks. This is never them, never them. Hey, Bucks the Nero. AKA Mr. Shoe right back. Hey, Bucks the Nero. They praying on my downfall. $1 million bucks. This is never them. It's never them. Hey, never them. Hey, Bucks the Nero. This that fire, this that flame. It's never them. They ain't us, they ain't the same. Nah, Mr. Shoe right back. Watching the cut, watch the games. Change. It's the dark side.
It's the dark side. That's a fit at. Word up. That's a fit at. They can't stop what they can't see, man. But yeah, people, that, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm wrong though. I really feel like that. He kind of lined that up. He kind of lined that up. I don't want to say it's messy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it's messy, but it was messy. That's a fact. I don't want to say it's messy, but it was messy, people. It was definitely messy. That thing was ugly. So, I see it's picking up some traction. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Renegade salute. This is nobueno.com. That's a whole fact. Oh, Ming is on. Well, shout out to my Ming. Ming in the building. Ming got a packed house over there. Yeah, but that's how I feel though, people. I think that was a play, man. It ain't no I could be wrong. It ain't none of that. Pretty much, the whole setup. I caught the whole setup from the door. Word up. I caught the whole setup from the door. I caught the whole shit like, alright, cool. You know what? Let me see where this gonna go. Did I just start seeing him ask for the other cameraman? Like, why is he? You need another cameraman. You ain't even have nobody else there to hold the other camera. Unless that's what the female was for. But the dude Woody, I know he there to entertain. And once you see Woody pop up, there's some entertainment going on. That's how I took it. Once you see the dude Woody pop up, that's how you know. That's how you know a play about to go down. So I said, damn. What is it gonna be? How you gonna get it off and mix it a parade? You know what I mean? So that was I ain't gonna lie. It was a very well thought plan. Cause that thing could have went left. Just a little scrumble. In that parade, man, that thing could cause chaos, man. It could cause chaos. Just that little situation, it'll cause chaos. That little joint right there. And for them to, walk away, imano, nah, not at all. Not at all. So I said, okay. Then I seen when he rushed him, put him on the floor, and he threw the little fake blow. I'm like, come on, Flip. Come on, my geyser. That thing went all the way somewhere else. Word up. It went all the way somewhere else. So I said, all right, let's sit back and watch the show. So I did so. So that's my take on that. There's a lot of other things going on too, people. I see your boy Young Thug. He out here. I don't want to call it he looking bad, but he out here looking bad. He's kind of throwing the slander game down. You know, with some audio servicing out there, he had some words for Little Durk. He kind of like try to, well, I ain't gonna say he tried, he did, he clapped at him, called the nigga all cap. Where Young Thug called Little Durk all cap. You know what I mean? Beefing with shit, from what I'm hearing, man, him and Young Thug and 21 Savage supposed to be going at it. I do know 21 Savage is going at Rallo. So it's a lot going down in the A, man. It's going down in the A, man. It's a lot going down. That's a whole fact. There's a lot going down in the A. And, and all parties involved is rat allegations attached to their name. Word, for all parties involved, there's definitely rat allegations attached to the name. So, I was kind of like bugged out when I started, hearing all them allegations and, who doing what and why is it going down like that all of a sudden? You know? That's the bugged out part about it. Like, why is it going down like that all of a sudden? Yeah, this is the blackout version, people. This is the dark side version right here. This is the dark side version. They say, man, no face, no case, man. That's a fact. No face, no case. If I see everybody else that they don't cam up, why not? You know what I mean? Why not? But it's definitely nasty work. It's definitely nasty work. It is that. It's definitely nasty work. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at it, what you expect. What you expect. What you expect. They call that the crabs in the barrel, man. Everybody want to be, even I guess, even down the rat. Everybody want to be, everybody want to be down. Pause. Yeah, I dig that. But when I'm on a vertical, it'd be like that anyway. A lot of people, they can't jump on a platform when you're doing the vertical. But you got Ming live over there, so everybody over there, at Ming joint, with the ruckus. I gotta stick to this grind right here, man. You know what I mean? This the grind that's gonna get me there. You know what I mean? Keep going vertical. I just be slipping up and taking days off, man. When you're doing a vertical thing, you really can't take a day off. You got to keep banging them. You got to keep banging them. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I ain't got the computer with me though. Renegade. Yeah, I just got my the iPad, whatever you call that joint. Agent salute. With Agent salute and talking about some facts. What I miss? Amongst ninjas ain't trying to support. Think it's time to change course. Sector won't be. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, everything on StreamYard, man. Everything on StreamYard. Everything on StreamYard. You know that. You know, I'm a firm believer, yo. Like YouTube got, you know, they have a noise indicator or something. You know, because it's like the louder you get on YouTube, you know what I mean, the more views they throw at you, or the more they put you on the algorithm or something. But you know, when you calm, cool, and collective, you know, anybody don't want to hear that. You know, unless, you know, me anyway. I just got to get my, you know, my ish together as far as, you know, dealing with my computer. That I can always have my iPad, and you know, I can work a little better with that. You know, I mean, it's just time for me to get my, you know, to get my stuff together. That's all that is. You know what I mean? I got to take that one on the chin. But I'm still grind. You already know that. If I get one person in the building, man, I'm gonna give a show like I got 30. It'd be weird because soon as I came on, I had, you know, 27 jumped in the building. Then that joint dropped. Well, it went up from 3 to 27. Then from 27 it dropped. But you know, again, you know, when you get other people going on, yeah, they like the drama, Asia. That's a fact. They like you, you know, blah 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 and all that old crazy. I ain't really got that to do all day, every day. I have fun with it once in a while. Then ain't nobody to shoot at, man. Ain't nobody to shoot at, man. Ain't nobody to shoot at. So I just gotta stick to the calls, man. You know what I mean? It'll go up and down, up and down. I get that breakthrough moment. I get that. Just on Vertigo, I do know Vertigo. You know, and I had it at one point, 6 o'clock. You know, my little 6 o'clock joint. So I don't know. I might have confused my algorithm when I went on late the other days. Arena Salute. When I went on, that's no, I ain't go on Saturday, but that Sunday. That Sunday I went on a little later. And it was kind of like a better hour. And I only did 10 minutes. I only went on 10 minutes. But it was a little later though. Had it been about 9. Had it been about 9. So I think maybe that, you know, it threw me in that 9 o'clock algorithm. But yeah. But it's all good though, man. It's definitely all good. I'm gonna keep grinding. That's all. Just gotta keep grinding. That's all that is. Keep grinding. I was in the dude AK-47 chat today. I'm like, this nigga begged his way to 1,000. He got it though. Nigga begged his way to a stack. Nigga made a whole stack. That's a fact. He made a whole stack today. I salute that. You gotta get it the best way he know how. I don't know how to get it that way. I don't know how to get it that way. You know, I gotta stick to what I know best. But yeah, man, as far as that Queen Flip joint, yeah, that joint was out of linea. I'm surprised my man Ledge ain't picked that up. Cause I see Harlem Legend did it. He did a show on it. Yeah, Harlem Legend did a show on it. I'm surprised he ain't pick it up. He usually picks stuff up like that. Cause it's I ain't go, it's obvious. I mean, if you watch the video, it's obvious. It's pretty obvious if you watch the video. It is pretty obvious if you watch the video. That's a fact. I was looking at hey yo, I was looking at the Charleston White joint going at the dude Govan Hernandez, yo. I mean Hernandez Govan. Yo, your man Charleston White is funny, man. Charleston White is funny, man. That's a whole fact. Charleston White is funny. He's all outdoors. And I listened to a joint. He from PRE. I think name is Woo. He going back and forth to do Govan as well. So I don't know, man. They talking about this 200,000 on your man on Govan head. Like, I don't know why he keep playing with him. Word, I don't know why he keep playing with him, man. He definitely keep playing with him though. Like, I don't get it. They caught him. Somebody else broke it down. On Vlad, he was speaking on how he don't know Yo Gotti, and then he threw a function, and when he was kind of promoting it, he was talking highly of Yo Gotti. He talking and how he either gonna pull up or he want him to pull up, or the real ones. So his whole joint is wicked. But the dude Wu, I do know he down with PRE, and he made like a little movie. Pretty much. I guess it's safe to say shooting at Govan. Not literally, but taking shots. Govan doing a lot of responding to people, man. You would think, somebody like that who just beat them type of charges, you'd think he'd be low. You know what I mean? You'd think he'd be low. That's a fact. You'll definitely think that. So I don't know what's that about. I don't even know what's that about. I know it's just bonkers. You know what I mean? Everything add up. Even the dude Woo. Matter of fact, hold on. Rich King, salute, my guy. Yeah, I know, Renegade, man. I know, man. I know, man. That's a fact. I know, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I don't be feeling like that. You know what I mean? I did this the first time. I'm going all dark the whole video. You know what I mean? This dark. I just ain't really feel. I just was going, being a fan today, and I was seeing how people was reacting off Queen Flip joint. So when I went and seen it, I'm like, that was a play. So I just got up here and said, let me get in and go live and talk about that real quick. But other than that, man, I just didn't feel it today, man. And I ain't gonna lie. Usually when I go on and I don't really feel it, you know what I mean, I do good. I do good. But hold on, we got I'm gonna play that Woo joint, man. Or just the audio anyway. Yeah, just the audio anyway. Hey, we can say what we want to say. Your man Queen Flip at 135K for that. He got 135K for it. Word up. My man Ledge got 19K for it. Yeah, his name was Paper Route Woo. Word, Paper Route Woo. Shout out to Drill Time TV. Word, shout out to Drill Time TV, man. Drill Time TV 1. That was a dope interview. That's a fact. That was a dope. So I'm gonna play a little video. This is the dude Paper Route Woo, breaking down his altercation he had with Hernandez Govin and how Govin tried to do him dirty or try to do his mom's dirty, either or.
Govan need to do from here on out. He need to make himself a wheel and go pick out his casket and shit. But shit like that. That's all you need to go do. Yeah, don't think that. That's his ass need to go do. Hey, Woo. Somebody sent me a movie you and Grove doing. I checked the trailer out. It was some great production. The shit looked good. And I figured the bald head dude at the beginning of the video was me, or whatever the dude that was, I guess, supposed to be giving an order or some shit, whatever. And all of that's cool. It's cool for views and all of that, get your money. But if you really want to get paid, if you really want this movie to blow, do not leave out the part where you call 911 in the middle of a fucking shootout. Stop shooting your gun and call the authority. Hey, one more question, bro. What's your relationship with who? With BRE?
Now, it was said that the dude Woo, Paper Route Woo, was having a shootout, and in the midst of having the shootout, he called 911. And then I guess the dude Govan, this must have been recent because he got that same white and black um tech suit on. I don't know if that was the dude Stan G that he was talking to on the gram where he asked him, do he know PRE? And he said he ain't know. He act like he ain't know.
Maybe they show you love. PRE. I don't even know what that is. What's that? Okay, I'm a person. Yes, sir. corruption. And I want y'all to really pay attention to what's being said, because I feel like this is one of the most overlooked moments in the trial that possibly got overshadowed that could lead to future investigations of Yo Gotti and CMG. In the clip in the cross-examination, Manny mentioned Art Horn, which is Yo Gotti's longtime attorney, and also the attorney that got the case dismissed for Black Youngster when he allegedly shot at Dolph over 100 times.
I was in the day party. We was headed to where we was headed to. Pull up like a day party. Get up the street. They started shooting. They shot. Shit was over with. Beat this shit. You know what I mean? Like once I leave, I get to the bottom of a lot of shit.
And what about that time that Gotti shooters got up with Dolph in LA?
The suspect who has been in connection to the shooting of Memphis rapper Young Dolph has now been released. So we are learning new information about 43-year-old McClinton and this associated shooting. We know that he was released after the Los Angeles District Attorney said that they did not have enough evidence to hold him. And so again, he has been released from jail this morning. And so we are working to get more information about the shooting. We know that McClinton was detained shortly after the broad daylight shooting of Young Dolph Tuesday afternoon outside a Hollywood hotel. McClinton, who had been held on a $1 million bail that he didn't have to pay, was released Thursday evening. McClinton has prior drug and theft-related convictions here in Memphis. Now, 32-year-old Young Dolph reportedly got into a fight with 3 men Tuesday and was thrown to the ground when one of the assailants pulled out a gun and shot the rapper multiple times. Prosecutors are asking for an additional investigation before a decision is made on whether or not to file criminal charges. McClinton does have a close association with Yo Gotti, rapper Yo Gotti.
McClinton does have a close association with Yo Gotti, rapper Yo Gotti.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on in Memphis, or who money may be the longest. But I'm telling you, man, there's something strange going on out there in Memphis, man. That's just a fact of reality. Like, yo, they are moving wacky out there. That's some truth.
Well, damn. Now for context, Cornelius' sister called a lawyer for him, but he didn't have the funds to retain him, so Cornelius had the lawyer get in contact with Yo Gotti attorney, Art Horn. Now, according to Manny, Yo Gotti lawyer paid the lawyer $50,000 to represent Cornelius and paid him in cash so there wouldn't be no paper trail left behind. But for some reason, the judge didn't let that lawyer represent Cornbread, so the money got transferred to another attorney to represent him. And in the mix of all this, not one time was Yo Gotti a big jig question. It's a lot going on behind the scenes that the public ain't really aware of. With all these attempts and no retribution, really got Yo Gotti looking like the Teflon dime.
That we don't have any money. Right? So her husband contacted a lawyer before family, is that right? Correct. And that you told her that you needed to get word to Mims through Arthur Horn, attorney for Anthony Mims. Correct? Correct. So you told your sister to reach out to Joe's lawyer, Arthur Horn. No, I did not tell my sister. Tell the lawyer.
That's the lawyer trying to get old boy, caught up in his words. But old boy kept it stern, and it's wild because old boy turned states, try to help, the defense out, and it backfired on him. Because the dude Wu pretty much said the things that he heard out of the dude that took the stand. It was, what he heard coming out of his mouth. Pause. Like it was truth to it. He said it. He said everything word for word. So I'm trying to fast forward it. So we can get straight. So now they probably saying, they saying that they know that the 50 grand that was paid for the dude who put the work in was paid for the lawyer that he never used. So they know this already. They know this. So just pay attention.
So let's move from that to, was Mr. Joe ever interviewed by the police in this case? I don't know.
Let me know in the comments, do y'all think the feds got enough firepower to build a RICO, or did CMG have their T's and I's dotted and crossed? Because I noticed my people in the comment section have been following the case since day one. They could have presented a better case than the state and really would have got justice for flipping. And Govan was offered a 10-year deal and was ready to commit, but Dolph Fairley turned the deal down. Because
yeah, that's a fact. They were saying that. That's why I said, man, this case is weird. Because your man was ready to plead guilty to 10 years. Right? And I ain't never heard nothing like this. So then the state, I guess, was going to accept the plea. But they went and asked young Dolph family, let him rest, was that appropriate enough? And I guess the family turned it down, was like, nah, we're not jacking that. So they didn't let him, they didn't allow him to take the 10-year plea. They allowed him to go to trial and beat it. That was wild. He was ready. Hernandez Govan was ready to cop out the 10 years, people. He already signed off on it and all that. But he said the state went and asked young Dolph people, let him rest again. And I don't think they felt that was appropriate. And the state went on what young Dolph family felt was appropriate. So they went to trial, and y'all already know the rest.
Everyone else, they expected him to face the maximum penalty, which was life behind bars, but the state dropped the ball because they didn't properly do their homework. Remember the one guy that came up missing after he was investigated for the murder too, and he just was, they got up with it? Yeah, Govan was linked to him. I think his name was CEO Cheesy.
And once named as a person of interest in you.
Yo, that's a whole fact, yo. It was somebody that CEO Jeezy dude was involved, and for some reason, he got unalive, and nobody never spoke about that no more. That is true.
Young Dolph's murderer has now also been killed. Family members confirmed Joshua Taylor was found shot and killed in Orange Mound yesterday afternoon, leaving that community on edge as they worry who might be next. WRG's chief investigator Jessica Gertler uncovered some new details about Taylor and his possible connection to that young Dolph case. What do you know, Jess?
Well, Greg, this goes back to February 2022. Joshua Taylor was named as a person of interest in young Dolph's death, but he was never charged. Tonight, police are remaining tight-lipped about this latest incident. Loved ones shared these photos of Joshua Taylor, a father of two, the latest victim of gun violence in Memphis. They were too upset to do an interview, but Tellis Taylor, also known as CEO TZ, was found shot to death in Orange Mound Wednesday at Spotswood and Bunton. Those who live nearby tell us Taylor was actually shot the night before. Hours later, MPD said refusing to answer any questions about the case or whether it has any link to Memphis rapper Young Dolph. In November 2021, Dolph was killed outside a South Memphis cookie store. 3 months later, MPD called Taylor and another man persons of interest. Taylor was reportedly questioned but never charged. Those close to the case tell us Taylor is part of a group, the same group linked to the suspects charged in connection with Dolph's murder.
So, was he telling early in the game when they first snatched him up or something?
But they ain't charged him and released him to the streets, and then he got picked off. No street drug referred to him and Teasy as the Splash Brothers, Clay and Curry, insinuating they the top shooters on the squad. But you know how it go, everybody want to have ops, so it's time for the Reaper to delay. However, Govan tried his best to distance himself from these guys in the trial by saying he was the manager, trying to get straight drop a deal with Jug. But I got reason to believe that wasn't the case, and according to social media, their ties ran deeper. And CEO Teasy would make a post about Govan saying, my big brother going down the road to do a life sentence, not a life sentence. And this nigga always been behind whatever I was with since day one. In my first day out of jail, you flew to Benny and said, here, little bro, go and get you something nice, man. I'ma miss you, big dog, but this just gonna make a nigga stronger until you get out. And I need to be throwing you the keys to a 2020 Benz like HD and Mitch. 100. True Mafia. Love, big bro. Damn, the lies are preposterous. Now, if you ain't want this coming out, maybe you should have scrubbed your social media. Straight Drop will reply in his last post by saying, man, it's my fault for thinking them boys was real, but it is what it is. Seems like everything done in the dark coming to the light now. Now, remember Orange Mound Quake told us he don't know Gotti. He ain't never ran across him, did no business with him, etc., right?
Now, what's your relationship with your Gotti? I don't have a relationship with him. I never met him, never did any business with him.
All right, now right there, he's saying he never had a relationship with Yo Gotti, he never did business with him, no nothing. But then further down the line, he's gonna post something, and you're gonna hear the connection between him and Yo Gotti.
So, absolutely not true, because I never had any dealings with Yo Gotti whatsoever.
See what I'm saying? Now we can't believe nothing you're saying, because according to a post from 13 years ago when you was throwing a little party or something, man, you said, you told the city of Memphis, I got everybody fucking with me, Lil Flip, ooh, but look, man, I wish Gotti was here, because that's my nigga too. Bro, at this point, if you had any credibility.
Now, this is what he had wrote in the post. I wish my nigga Yo Gotti was here too. So now you're saying that, yo, I do know Yo Gotti. You know, at least you talking like that. You could have been capping. But I'm sure everybody in the whole world, Craig, know that you're affiliated with those dudes. But again, that's neither here or there, or for me, you know, because I'm not a judge, I'm not a district attorney, people. I don't do none of that. I'm not a lawyer, no nothing. I just recap it and I give my take on it, on what I feel. You know, and at this point, you know, I really feel like the dude Hernandez Govan, you know, he walking like he drunk, man. You know, he's walking like he drunk. You know, should he be, you know, ripping and running his mouth? Nah. You know, it's more, it should be more to it for him anyway. You know, to make him say, yo, listen, I'm not gonna fall into that. You know what I mean? And he just digging himself a hole, man.
It seems like you're trying to turn his tough legacy at the same time, protect your gun. And paper roll will break his silence on a recent interview with K2 Native TV. Go check him out. He got the real story. Remember what Cornelius said?
Okay. We were saying that he was gonna give a paper with Mono, but find out what they feel about, you know, play.
Now this is more statements coming from the dude who took the stand, that, you know, that did the job. For who, we don't know. But he's giving word for word on what took place. And in a second, you're going to hear the dude, Wu, talk about the same incident. The same incident. So they are asking him now pretty much what took place. And the guy that's on the stand, he's letting them know this is what happened. And, you know, again, they're already saying the dude Hernandez Govan was a rat. They said he wasn't good. But we're going to let them, you know, pay attention, people.
Find out, well, you know, what I'm is, so we can.
If you are sleeping.
Well, you know, what I'm is, so we can reach out and touch him. You know, we can play more liking him, so you gonna try to play the father figure and, you know, find out what he is and make sure we can reach out and touch him.
And Wu said everything Cornelius said was true.
Mine said he caught you coming at the crib, you know what I'm saying? They said they tried to chase you and shit. Like, all that shit true. But
see? Old boy said all that was true. And this is what the dude was saying while he was on the stand, telling the same story. So how didn't the DA know this? Why didn't they follow up on this? It gets messy though. Pay attention.
you know me, bro. I'm shooting too. What the hell you wanna do? I'm shooting fine. Come out the house, shit. First up there, come out the house. Shit, I'm lock my door up in my car, shit. That's how I do it. See any cross street shooting. What the fuck he do that for? I shit. Me, I defended myself, so you know what I'm saying? I banged it out with the hand, you know what I'm saying? Shot my Jordan, I shot my Jordan on my you know what I mean? Pop the gate. Shit like this. You know what I'm saying? By them being so deep though. You feel me? I just got my bed. The nigga saying I was a rat. I had ended up calling the police though. I did it. But it was just to make sure food, like, wasn't no innocent bystanders here, one of them niggas went dead. And shit, I had to.
So he is admitting to calling the police while he was having a shootout. He is admitting that.
Report, like, in case I want to do insurance claim, they shot a nigga house up with big cars and shit. I ain't followed the rain, talked to him and shit, I just called him. Yeah, so they can look up, pull over the 104 line, so just smart guy. You know what you're man, I'm gonna tell him, I wish him out, nigga. Yeah, nah, good. Yeah, my nigga is out here just moving loose about a gang, doing all these interviews and shit now, bro. Yeah, he pray to God. Like even though you don't use jail on nobody, You know what I'm saying? Do you blame him because it's like they had so much evidence against it?
No, I don't. I was like, just shoot, because if they wanted to compete, so they couldn't compete. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And Wu said Govan could have tried to play on his mama, but she wasn't going. She cut from a different cloth and forked up. He said that's his twin. They had conversations about shit like this all the time. And he said if he would have caught wind to Govan playing like that, that would have been the quickest thing to get him knocked on his back with his toes in the air. Well, you know, he ain't say it like that, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, because the folks said bro was trying to play up under your family and everything.
bro, Dude can never play under my mama. Dude can never get near my mama. Like, what all this shit, bro was talking about all that. He was gonna try it, nigga. He was gonna, you heard him. Key word was gonna try it. My mama ain't going for that. My mama me. But she just a woman. You feel what I'm saying? My mama don't go for none of that shit. My mama real deal. Come on, man. My baby. We ain't going for none of that. All they trying to play like, they gonna be quick wait for a nigga to die. You know?
Shout out my
Shout out my dude. I'm not going for this shit. On God.
So pretty much, you know, whatever Govan had in plan, you know, I guess to kind of like to get Umar, I guess it didn't work. It didn't work. PRL, salute. Yeah, it didn't work. You know, so the dude Wu, you know, he here to tell his story. You know, he definitely here to tell his story. He definitely didn't debunk nothing that the dude took the stand was saying. Then again, it goes back to how didn't the district, you know, or why didn't the district attorney pay attention to this? You understand? Like, how, why? You know, it's questions that need to be answered. But they is saying that the boy Hernandez Govan, you know, got something on his head, 200,000, allegedly. Beaver Valley, salute, man. Appreciate the pull up. Yeah, allegedly. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't know, people. You know, it's definitely looking weird. You know, we do know and understand that it's some big players behind this. We know that. You know, so is it safe for Hernandez Govan to be, you know, jumping platform to platform? I don't know, man. Y'all let me know, man. Put it in the comment section, you dig? I definitely hit right back. You know, but I appreciate the people who pulled up, You understand, man? Keep grinding out with your boy. You know what I mean? Definitely will get better. You understand? It definitely will get better. You know, did a little hour and a half. Well, not a half yet. I give it an hour and a half. You know, I give it an hour and a half, man. You know what I mean? But yo, I appreciate everybody for pulling up, though, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, rocking out with your boy. 050BUCKS, they can shoot right back. You understand? Make sure on your way out, hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? Hit the notification bell. Make sure you put it on all so you get all my notifications when I go live. And go check out the community wall. And go check out the community wall in that order. And I appreciate you in advance.
Dark side lurking with a fake one's vanish. Shoot right back. Yeah, my aim the tightest. If you chat reckless, get cacked in the chat. Murphy said, flash never M. We don't switch the script. Dark side biz with a off skate clip. Boom. China brim, Harlem legend, platinum shine. Y'all part the team. Gang. Man, that shit a game. I just spin the block, my content. Live them tight, feeling lame. Hop news, more like hip hop L's. I just died at one, now we singing bells. All smooth, funny, but they still stuck. 050BUCKS, Mr. Shoot right back. Us never. Miss me with the talk. I don't suggestion. Dark side biz, never say. All the we bringing on. Dark side season, where the snakes get peeled. Loyalty to code, but the tough, but they move in fear. I just pop a top, let the truth appear. Man, that shit a joke. I just flip the scene, leave them in a choke. Dark side, dark side. Us never them, us never them, us never them. 050 bucks, Mr. Shoot right back. Dark side general, where the lanes get packed. All my supporters, y'all the realest ones, realest ones. Without y'all, this ain't fun. Silence. 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 Us never them. Us never them. Them. 050 bucks. Mr. Shoot right back. Dark side general. Where the lanes get packed. All my supporters, y'all the realest ones. Without y'all, this ain't fun. Yeah. Silence. Silence. Bust never them. 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 Side, yes. Us never. We don't switch it now. North side business. Y'all a part of the team. Gang. Ghost. Put it back. Dark side general. Where the lanes get back. All my supporters. Y'all are the realest ones. Without y'all, this ain't fun. Gang. Silence. Silence.
Fluffy, golden, delicious.
And on that one, y'all already know, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Make sure you know where y'all hit the like button, share the live, subscribe. Make sure you hit all to get all my notifications. But it's your boy 050 bucks, aka Mr. Shoot Right Back, aka the Dark Side General, aka Ozzy, aka Mr. 10453. I'm always there, you never there. AKA Mr. AKA Mr. Bucksy Nero, aka Big Bucks, all Hondos, and the AKAs go on and on. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. It's your boy 050 bucks, aka Mr. Shoot Right Back, and I'm out.